Immerhin wurden sie im Vorfeld von den Chartbreakern Eiffel 65 oder 65 so richtig auf Stunde gebracht.
Eiffel 65 coming out Freeman and clear. All right now.
Your world in the como pa rumbear, pa pasarla caliente. Toda mi gente no favorece el sol, tu bronceado y el calor no puede estar mejor. Está como pa rumbear, pa bailar lo caliente, del pali de frente.
Eiffel 65 coming out Freeman and clear. All right now.
Your world in the world where there's nothing wrong. Your world in the world where you feel at home. You know this world will never let you down. Your world in the world where it never rains. Your world in the world where you put your friends. You know this world will never let you down. Your world in the world.
Hi, and welcome back to the EHFEEI radio, the new radio wavelength of the future. The future is here now. The EHFEEI is the East Hollywood, Florida Environmental Ethics Initiative. This is an activism station for all the latest on anti-firearms, asthma rights, atheist rights, environmental rights, equality rights, human rights, LGBT rights, pagan rights, and women's rights. I'll be announcing every now and then who I'll be introducing you to the next. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, InstaMessage, and Google+. I'll be taking notes from any comments below from subscribers on ideas for my other segment that I'll be doing soon. Like my favorite Rob on ETN, who does many segments of Godzilla and parts of the sci-fi universe that I love, I'll be doing one separate segment which is going to be Zumba related for those who are fans like me. Zumba fitness on the Nintendo Wii U or Xbox Connect. We'll be talking about upcoming predictions, who I'm going to be talking to in that area, and maybe every once in a while a video of me sweating to the amazing music to my Zumba Fitness World Party. That is a fitness disc I am going to be paying attention to and give you updates, thoughts, predictions, and tips for any problems you run into on there. So pay attention and keep up to date or check in with me every once in a while. Continuing in chronological order with my articles and reports. He won an Oscar role in the film $1 Million Baby. He was up for nomination in Street Smart in 1987, Driving Miss Daisy in 1989, and The Shawshank Redemption in 1994 as Best Supporting Actor in each film. He is Morgan Freeman, my all-time favorite. He starred in many great flicks, such as Glory, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Chain Reaction, Kiss the Girls, Amistad, Nurse Betty, Along Came a Spider, The Sum of All Fears, Dreamcatcher, Bruce Almighty, The Big Bounce, Evan Almighty, Seven, Deep Impact, March of the Penguins, and The Bucket List. Also, lately, Las Vegas. I love Las Vegas. That was funny. From summoning the big screen to being so astounding in being a major active environmentalist, he got his voice out on Ecoists on Sundance Channel's The Green. Such an amazing speaker of who he is and what he stands for. He makes an incredible speech on C-SPAN's Book TV on not only the quality of his work and how he retains to it, but also what he stands for. Morgan Freeman once quoted, "No, I don't believe in a Black History Month. That is labeling a month in a racist point of view," and I agree with him. Mostly the population of African Americans in this nation would agree to his statement. So why do we continue to label February as Black History Month? Is it right to do so anymore? In his perspective, it is wrong. And even the writer agrees with me, as I mentioned. It is overly repetitive year after year, and it's time to look outside of that topic. During February or any time of the month, there is always something more about the entire globe that can be easily understood from a man like Morgan Freeman. Race is not the right topic for him. But although he mentions that global warming is real, and there is nothing that can contribute to it as a conspiracy, there are only religious and spiritual concoctions in which frantically is made up to that as unrealistic. In which he heard in the term or the word conspiracy, meaning to conspire. I believe I did a report on that. You'll be hearing from it later on. Within the lecture in November 10th of 2007, Morgan Freeman clearly makes a point in what our climate has been intertwined with. That clean slate of what he stammered to is that of how we burn fossil fuels, and especially the industries that have to pay the price in consequence of their actions that they do. Very strong-willed in the Clean Energy Act that took place some week after. He is willing to see to it himself to gain a better self-sufficient nation, in which has not surpassed. Although still being dependent on other countries for oil, this has been a problem to the United States ever since 2002. What does this tell us? In order to regain this nation's trust on being more independent on alternative fuels, in which Morgan Freeman explains on the technology, this nation would have a better understanding of what being green is like. He talked about how citizens should be more eligible to use lesser fuel for their car or to choose the alternative. He went over how climate shift does occur by man, since God made the earth and mankind destroys it by taking out mountains for coal to burn. Right. I still don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. That's why I'm an atheist, right? Activist. Hey! You know what they say, if God gave you a brain, you're an atheist because you start thinking on your own. It is like an educational lesson learned as well as looking up to seeing the right essentials. If the nation was more resourceful by looking inside the country and developing greater technology, in which some states already have done, we would be 70% low on carbon dioxide emissions. We would be meeting Europe's standards today, in 2015, today. Certain states are California, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Florida, which slowly is developing. This state is definitely developing somehow. Thanks to a new site by Morgan Freeman, which shows and informs the nation in which climate change has affected almost every country across the globe. He mentions to the audience to plan it now, hence his environmental site that came out in February of this year called www.planetnow.org, in which almost everyone can take action in joining and becoming aware of what they have faced and what they are going to have to face later. News feeds in the site go across the globe on what is happening and how everyone should learn to compensate and try to do for the better of this world. Update, according to my sources, it reads cspan.com, imdb.com for Morgan Freeman's, of course, all of his acting, and planetnow.org. And that's about it. And sums it up for today. Please leave your comments and suggestions down below in the box, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. Thank you.